We moved into this home at the end of last summer when I was 8 months pregnant. The transition to a new place overlapped almost perfectly with the transition into a new season of life. Something about this property immediately felt familiar to me. It reminded me of my childhood home, with room to explore, experiment, and develop a relationship with the natural world. As we're approaching 1 year here, I've been reflecting on what it means to develop a relationship with a place, not just a house, but a little corner of nature. A relationship to place, like any relationship, takes time and attention to develop. It doesn't happen all at once after the boxes are unpacked. It unfolds slowly through paying attention. For the past few years living in Texas, I've seen when the bluebonnets bloomed, one of the earliest and showiest wildflowers in the spring. But this year, I've been paying attention to wildflowers that I had not noticed before, learning their names and when they bloom. From my office window, I watched as a pair of eastern phoebes built a nest and raised their chicks. I might have even accidentally witnessed their first attempt at flight when I startled them stepping onto the porch. They all took flight, awkwardly circling, landing on the ground and in a nearby tree, like I pushed them into the deep end before they were ready. I left them alone and watched from the window while they rested and eventually seemed to calm down. I felt guilty, but I suppose they would have had to take the leap one way or another. A few times I've caught a glimpse of a doe with a new fawn that I think she's been hiding somewhere close. Last year, when we came to see the house before closing, there was a fawn hiding in the unmowed grass right in the backyard. So far, I haven't been lucky or fast enough to grab my camera when they've been out together. Just a few brief glimpses through the kitchen window. A few days ago, I heard what sounded like a little girl crying, which is what a fawn bleat can sound like, and I looked out the window to just barely glimpse the fawn running through the trees, followed by the doe. I waited, hoping I wouldn't see a coyote too, another frequent, though elusive, visitor to the property. A minute later, the doe circled back, blowing an alarm, but I didn't see the fawn again. I decided to step outside, just into the tree line, to see if I could hear or see anything that might indicate predation, but there was only stillness. I hope the fawn stayed safe, but I haven't seen it since. Through these little encounters with wildlife, I'm learning stories about the animals that share this space with us, and it somehow makes me feel like part of a little community, where we are all just minding our business, paths crossing occasionally. I feel more connected to the environment and more aware of the seasons as they shift. Not all of our new neighbors mind their own business. A large rat snake surprised me one day curled up in the chicken's nesting box, fat with swallowed eggs. We have an abundance of eggs, so I didn't mind sharing a few, and I was happy to have her around to manage pests. We removed her and let her go. A few days later, she was back again for a couple more eggs. The third time she appeared, we decided she was taking advantage of our generosity, and we relocated her at the far end of the property. These repeated encounters build a sense of familiarity with a place. The feeling that you're not just a passing visitor, but becoming acquainted with the environment around you. I've always found that kind of attention and relationship to be meaningful, even if modern life doesn't always leave much room for it. I keep seeing a few cardinals that must live nearby. They're always going back and forth here. There are 2 males and 1 female, and the boys are always chasing her. I don't know if that's normal for cardinals or if there's something special going on with these 3. But every time I try to grab my camera and catch them doing something cute, like chasing a grasshopper, they seem to know and they just vanish. As I'm still learning to use this camera, I'm trying to be patient and remember that things rarely go according to my plan. Stories in nature unfold in their own manner and their own time. I'm excited to see what continues to unfold in my little backyard community here, and what else might be revealed if I'm paying attention and patient. Hopefully I'll start getting lucky and get some of the more fleeting encounters on film. I think consistent effort breeds luck, so I feel optimistic. Yesterday afternoon, we had a surprise visitor, right as I was getting ready to have some friends over for dinner. And I ran to grab my camera to get just a few seconds of footage from the kitchen window here.